themselves off to a fantastic start up against the bloody Iranians. 6-2 demolition job with goals coming all over the pitch. Saka with a couple. Who else got a couple? Grealish got his first. Who else was in amongst it? Of course, we got Bellingham as well, kicked us all off. There's been Sterling, Rashford, all in amongst it. As, of course, England ran riot. 6-2 in the end in a game that went on far too bloody long in my eyes. But job done, piece of piss, piece of cake, you would imagine now. England on their way, of course, to the knockout stage. I know it's still early days and only one game in, but England really ramped it up and put on a bit of a benchmark result here. 6-2. 13 shots for them on the day, 7 on target, 6 of them in the back of net. The 2 goals from Iran coming at the 65th and the 90th plus minute, of course, both from Mehdi Tarami, the Porto striker, who has been red hot for club, is now, of course, got himself a couple of goals, level with Valencia now, and Bukayo Saka with, of course, a couple of goals to the names in the race for the golden boot. But the goals coming from Bellingham nicely. 35th minute on the clock for them to get them up and running. Saka made it 2-0 before Raheem Sterling made it 3-0 before half-time. And at that point, we even checked in with Jacob at half-time, talk all things England. They looked comfortable. We were maybe expecting one or two more goals, but we didn't expect another 3 as England ran riot with, of course, second half goals from Saka added to it. Rashford, of course, a substitution, and Grealish to make it game over. But of course, Tarami did get a late penalty, a bit of a bizarre one, and I'm saying that wearing my Scottish shirt. It was a bit bizarre, to be honest with you. I don't really think it was a pen. It was very, very weak. I've seen much more bigger claims for penalties been turned down. This one was I don't know, maybe a desperation of hope, but it does give Iran a little bit more hope and optimism to get out of this group. This was always going to be a free hit for them. They were always going to look at the next 2, USA and Wales. They'll take on the Welsh this coming Black Friday, of course, and England will be taking on the United States. And they'll be keeping an eye on the drama in Qatar later today when the Welsh and the Americans lock horns to see what kind of opposition they're going to be up against. Because today it was very much a one-sided affair. 79% possession over both halves here for England, just 21% for Iran. 796 passes for England, 214 for Iran, of course. Pass accuracy just 66% for Iran, 90% for England. They, of course, definitely dominated this game and, of course, looked like contenders. They flexed their muscle. But again, if I'm honest with you, England didn't really get out of second gear. I think they played well. They were good. They didn't really have to work for it today. It was like they were presented with a pitch, 11 players against them, and they had free reign of that pitch. I would say that Iran's hopes were quashed a little bit when their number 1 keeper Bellingham was taken out early doors with concussion, maybe a busted nose. So they had to change it up with the standing goalkeeper, which is a bit of a humongous downgrade. Bellingham is, of course, number 1 by a distance. It's like replacing Harry Kane with Tammy Abraham or Callum Wilson or somebody like that. There is a huge gulf in quality between the number 1 goalkeeper and the second-rate goalkeeper for the nation of Iran. So that was, of course, a major factor in this. If the goalkeeper instead would have been the same result, I think it would have been a comparable result, probably a 3-0. But definitely they were walking wounded and walking. What I'm trying to say is England were definitely good. They were good without having to be good. They were just. I think Iran made them look good. Kind of like what Ecuador were like yesterday. They were good, but I think Qatar made them look much more better than they are. Don't get me wrong. I think England will step it up, and I think the English fans have got something to get excited about, because I think this team has got a humongous depth in their ranks here in Qatar. They brought on Foden. They brought on Grealish, Wilson. And more, and they matched quality for quality. So a fair play to England. They look like the real contenders, and of course they will go far in this competition, no question. But what will happen on Friday? That's what we're going to look forward to next. Later on, we might have a reaction video or a review video. Get some thoughts from fans, both sides of the coin here, Iran and England. We'll see about that. But until then, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. Your non-stop shop World Cup content right here at Blackburn Overseas.